We're talking about fertility in this one, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give you guys my herbal testimony before giving y'all some bonus herbs that will help with the same topic. So okay, when before I got pregnant with my first child, Soleil, I actually was having like major stomach cramps and all types of stuff, and it was just like I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know if like my hormones are off, or I was eating crap. It was so bad. I don't know what the heck I was thinking, but when you're young and you're just like, I can eat anything. Later on you learn the truth. But yeah, basically my menstrual cycles wound up being all out of whack, and just it was crazy. So at the time I didn't have any health insurance, so I was literally like, God, you're gonna have to be my doctor. I don't know how, but I know you can do it. Just let me know what's up. I winded up having a dream that I was in a grocery store, and I walked towards this huge like table filled with sage. When I woke up the next morning, I was like, okay, God, I got you. At the time I didn't know much about sage. Really, all that I really knew was that back in like the Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob days, it was used for a bunch of ailments. And I trusted that, so I was just like, I'm gonna go ahead and do what God's telling me to do, and as I'm in the process, I'll do my research. So at that time I was working at Publix, went right up there and was like, can anybody find me some sage? Found it, and I did a month detox, tea detox with the sage, mixing it with lemon. And around that same time was when I was just trying to clean up my diet and everything, because really I was just like, I'm tired of this. Like, the pain was so bad. Like, sometimes my husband would walk in and I would just be crouched by the bed because I was getting so much cramping in my stomach. It was insane. So something had to be done, like ASAP. So around that time we were just kind of like, shopping around the market and stuff like that, and we happened to see some horny goat weed. Once again, I hadn't done too much research at that time about this, but we joked around about it, and I believe I googled it like right there while I was sitting there, and he said that it helped with like energy and a bunch of different other things that he was that he needed some help with at the time. And so we threw it in a basket. We didn't know what the recipe that we were conjuring up. Then a little bit after that, my grandmother actually winded up passing away. After my grandmother passed away, things were just kind of crazy for my family. We were like, we were just trying to figure out a lot of stuff. Just, my generation, my cousins, Darren, Kamande, like, we were just kind of all together, just trying to make some decisions about what our generation needed to do to just better ourselves. And so on the way back from that, I was on the bus, and this little girl busted out and started singing, when Jesus says yes, nobody can say no, when Jesus says yes. And then what was crazy was that I even heard her because I have headphones in, and I heard her and I looked over and I was like, for some reason it just felt like it was a message. And 3 weeks after my grandmother had passed away, I found out that I was pregnant. And I'm pretty sure that the sage and horny goat weed definitely had something to do with it. But so that is my herbal testimony. Definitely would love to hear you guys's. Yeah, so that's how my little girl got here, and man, she is dope. Soleil is dope. I wouldn't trade being her mommy for nothing. Okay, so the herbs I'm gonna tell y'all about around this time, the number one herb I think that got me pregnant this time was maca root. Now, back when I was 17, I had discovered maca root, and I had originally started buying it to make my hips and my butt bigger. Yes, that's what I just said. I was 17, y'all don't judge me, bruh. So years go by and I wind up finding out, exactly why apparently it makes your hips spread and your butt a little more plump and all this other stuff, and what it does for your muscles and all of these things, after the fact. And so when I stopped breastfeeding my daughter, I actually started kicking up on the maca root a bit more to kind of try to help some muscle growth. And I was like, I'm not gonna trip about the fertile part of it, whatever, I should be fine, right? 3-year plan, right? Apparently that wasn't so. 2 weeks after I stopped breastfeeding my daughter, I got pregnant. And here we are. So yes, I personally feel like maca root has gained a lot of popularity within the last 5 years. I've been seeing a lot of mommies getting down with the maca, and it's to be honest, I feel like it's one of those things that should be essential inside of your pantry, because us moms, sometimes our energy isn't always up there, and maca can definitely help with that. Some people say it's not safe to do it while breastfeeding, but to be honest, I know plenty of moms who have done it. When I was breastfeeding and taking maca, I didn't take it consistently. I took it more so once or twice a week, just in case, just for safety precautions. But maca is absolutely awesome. If you would like to know more about it, you can definitely hit me up, or you can Google it. Another one that is actually new to me is red clover blossom. This one I happened to be looking up, and it had something in it that I felt a lot of women have a problem with it. So to find a herb that I know can help a good majority of women, that's the whole point of this. I have some notes, so I'm just going to kind of read it off the notes, because like I said, it is something that's new to me. It says that it's rich in vitamins and minerals, and is also a blood purifier, which can help detoxify your body before, during conception and before you get pregnant. And it helps with your digestion, liver health, it improves in circulation and hormonal balance. Most people use it. Most people are using it for blocked fallopian tubes. Zing! That's why I put this down, why I chose to share this with you guys, because I've talked to a lot of women that have that problem with having cysts and lumps and on their fallopian tubes, and I believe that's mainly because of our diet. When our diet is out of whack, it throws our whole system internally out of whack, which is the whole reason why, you know, we get diseases, to be quite honest. You know, it was never really meant for us to be eating McDonald's all the time. It was never meant for us to eat ice cream all the time. Like, you know, we're putting things into our body that our bodies weren't really made for, and then we're wondering why we're having issues. So yes, if you are a woman who has problems in that area with having cyst-prone fallopian tubes, or, you know, blockage in that area, definitely check that herb out, please. It's red clover blossom. Once again, of course it has a scientific name, but I'm not gonna butcher that. It helps with irregular menstrual cycles as well, and you can drink it. I personally feel like every herb you can turn into tea. That's like the best way to ingest them all. For the men, because I can't forget about y'all. Y'all be having issues too. It's all good. There is something called Indian gooseberry, and it helps increase men's sperm count if you happen to have that issue. And then of course there's horny goat weed. Like, every man should have some of this. Y'all should all be sipping on some of this. Like, what is Viagra? It helps improve, it helps to increase the libido, of course, and it helps with erectile function due to a flavonoid called icaine. I could be pronouncing that incorrectly, but I will definitely put it below. But yeah, once again, there's plenty of things out there, guys, that can heal our bodies from the inside out. And yeah, we just have to want it. We just have to say to ourselves, you know what? I kind of don't want to be crouched by the bed anymore, and I got to figure out a way to fix this stuff. You know? And communication is the best thing. Sometimes just talking to people, you'll never know who has a message for you. You never know who God can use to tell you something. And you also have to be open-minded enough to accept that if God is sending you a message and he's telling you through someone else, like, hey, you know, why don't you try to better your lives this way, or why don't you try to cure this way or that way. You have to be open-minded enough not to just tell yourself it's too hard. Yes, it's hard, but that's what makes it even better, because when you actually do it and then you look back and you know where you came from. Come on now, can I get... Okay. It makes it all the more worth it, because it was hard and you did it. Use a G. Use a G. Yes, you are. Alright, I super duper love you guys, and keep growing.